our soldiers over there are not Christian. They are the other kind who have not seen the light. Well, they've seen them. We don't want them to see the light over there. It's that why? Well, please. I mean, no, they haven't seen the light, and it's not a good idea for all of them to go over there. It's because you're telling of one uniqueness. There are many uniqueness in your planet. As many people you have uniqueness. You don't have two. They have, there is a study that there has never been two exactly similar DNA produced, except twins. Twins are very special. Beside twins, once your DNA is your genetic information is formed, as of yet, they're doing the math on it that there's no exactly similar DNAs have been produced. So everyone is a uniqueness. What the whole mythology and religion, culture and physics and DNA put together, each one is a uniqueness. You don't want to lose a lot of these uniqueness. You keep producing, but it's not. We are you're primates. You're not tadpoles. You see where I'm going with this? Tadpoles reproduce, and you take a long time to educate, and when you kill the older educated ones, what do you think the younger uneducated ones are going to end up? You keep destroying these uniquenesses on your planet under the pretext of, oh, if this unique tribe lived there, it's more special. We have sentimental feelings about this matter. We think this unique group of people should occupy that unique land, and the natives should get the fuck out, or you have to dodge the bullet. Okay, you're putting pressure on your favorable terms. Certain terms favor you, such as the existence of a group of white people in West Asia favors you geopolitically. And in order to achieve that, because it's not a stable system, you're taking some foreigners, you're putting it in the land in order to have your way. You're putting that area under pressure because it's not its natural state. The natural flora and fauna, if you haven't noticed, gentlemen, they're brown, they speak funny, and they're stupid. Yeah, that's the local flora and fauna. What's your problem? You know, if there were Eskimos, that would have been, again, same thing, same uniqueness. What Mr. Musk was recently saying in Italy is that you're going to lose your uniqueness. For us to study you, your uniqueness is important. In us, the future of humanity. In order to study you, we need some samples of you motherfuckers running around so we can study you. And I understand. You don't want to lose what is an Italian. It's nice. But also you don't want to lose what is Palestinian. And it's nice too. In their level, in that their shithole level. But but beating them up is not going to send them, make them a genius overnight. Beating them up, you bombing them, and trying to eliminate more of their uniqueness in order to add to more of your uniqueness, you end up with North America. All the red uniqueness are gone. It's uniqueness. There is no better, there is no worse. You're all primates. It's not like my primate is more unique than your primate. There's the primates. So the point is this idea, if you the problem is you letting money into politics. That's the problem. at all. Politicians should be people who decide to become politicians based on some personal experiences in their life. End of story. You know, it shouldn't be, or personal experiences usually, especially in the science field, some personal experience in the fields of science, and you know, you can give high offices to Nobel Peace Prize winners. You know, Nobel Peace Prize winners would be considered as, people worthy of high offices in those lands. That's a good idea, but again, the Swedish people have to understand that there is nothing. Your uniqueness is not more special as their unique. Is not more special than their uniqueness. However shitty they are, whatever about shitty culture they're living in, that's a uniqueness. And your system hasn't shown it's much better as far as North America is concerned, and a lot of Western Europe, with you know, worst, more discrepancy between incomes in your society shows that there are a lot of bank accounts, a lot of places receiving a lot of more fund from your system that they need, that they can practically put to good use. I mean, building a luxury yacht for yourself. Uh, how much good have that done? Yes, I'm sure there are some new techniques, but it was you know was invented during the production of your yacht, Mr. Bezos. But when a lot of your people are uneducated, having a nice shiny yacht may end up in a nuclear war. You see where I'm going with this? Because this hate is produced when income disparities are viewed, and there is no way of achieving those, overcoming those income disparities, and no way of understanding its consequences. So while the monkeys are jumping up and down, you know, people, some of these monkeys have got a lot of bling bling. Okay, good use of humanity's resources. Not really educating your population, and coming up with ways that people with you know certain DNAs gets to reproduce more in your societies instead of not reproducing at all. That's a priority. Saving Teslas and Nietzsche's from extinction and decrease their uniqueness in this society should be your primary goal. So maybe your societies will over time will become smarter. That's not your goal. Your goal is look what I got. It's a nice new shiny toy. Folks, if you're ever going to get out of cave, it's going to be this mental cave of self-worship. I mean, even your form of government is a mental cave of self-worship. The kings used to put a crown on it, and that's a form of self-worship. They put the crown, and I am the one. Even elect your last form of governance, which is democracy. Again, look at me. M- Here's the thing, Mr. Musk, if you're listening. Here's the thing: direct democracy is not possible through phone lines, through internet lines, through computers, which all your people have. Cell phones, which the government knows exactly whose cell phone is what, where, and tracking cell phones and tracking data, so they can pretty much government knows exactly who we are, where we are, as we are sitting. We can have direct democracy, is what I'm trying to say. We can have direct democracy because if there was direct democracy right now on planet Earth, this skirmish at the peripheries of the Uncle Sam's empire, this skirmish, if we had a direct democracy, this skirmish would have stopped long time ago. It would not have been, money and arms would not have been fed into these skirmishes at the peripheries of the empire, Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan. If you had direct democracy, because nobody's for it. Who's for more fireworks? I'm not. Fireworks are nice, but going perpendicular, not horizontally. What the? I mean, you settle your scores in 2023 of the last year, Lord and Saviors. You settle scores by fireworks. Let's see how many more uniqueness we can eliminate in this battle, because we're Klingon. It's a good day to die. I think. I mean, you can have the mindset of the Klingon and follow the silverback, but you're going to eliminate a lot of uniqueness of people with their unique traditions and unique cultures and unique languages. You want to keep as many of them as if they're born, just you want to keep them alive to study them. It's a shame to, cut lives short because you don't agree who has the biggest, they don't agree that you have the bigger dick. I'm gonna eliminate you because you don't agree that I have a bigger dick. I'm gonna show it to you. Well, I mean, it goes back to the silverback idea. You're still running your societies on based on how many people like this guy better than that guy. Which one is more intelligent? With it, gets it. Which one is more? Which one you usually don't hear of, but is a very deep thinker. There are many of them laying around in your universities. Nobody uses them. It's sort of like, yes, you're a good, you're a good philosopher, Mr. Chomsky. So you're a good philosopher. You understand that what that is humanity, humans. You understand them. You've been studying, observing them for a long time. You haven't been pumping iron, Mr. Peterson. You haven't been pumping iron and you haven't been around, but you have ideas because you've been reading more about or observing more information about your surroundings. So you probably have a better idea of how to run the society. So here's the crown to you. You run this fucking society, so less uniqueness get eliminated anywhere. But you don't do that. You have a popularity contest. You have a beauty contest. I mean, presidential or senatorial or whatever campaigns are a sort of a beauty contest. And these beauties come, and they're supposed. We have to, you know, the peasants have to get to have the choice of, this or this because the media have chosen this or this, and the media has been promoting this or this. Marianne Williamson, for example, this is a nice lady from California. She, she hasn't been mentioned. She feels she's doing campaign, but have you noticed media ain't talking at all about her? What's her history? What she has done? What is she saying? How can she, be elected and held accountable to fix the issue? Nobody's talking about it. Sort of, no, no, no. We're not supposed to mention her on NPR, and they have told us do not mention her because she's crazy. No, very sane. She's basically saying let's eliminate less humans, let's eliminate less humans. Let's see what the fuck is the problem. You can't live on down the same streets together over there in the periphery of the empire, and because we have to have physical presence, white people have to have physical presence over there or physically be in control in West Asia, because that's the Suez Canal, and it becomes, if we can't use the Suez Canal, then the natives somehow have won some kind of battle. The natives are quite palatable, actually, if you deal fairly with them. Natives are everywhere. If you don't try to eliminate them as Europeans, as white people, if you don't try to eliminate them, natives will live along with you okay. It's just when you pick up the stick and you want to rule the fucking thing in your unique ways. It's sort of only us unique Europeans, we have landed and we declare ourselves king. And that was the whole shtick behind the Mormons. Mormons were basically, landed Europeans who said, okay, we need a natural religion here. Something that just, for here, the branch of Christianity that belongs here. And one of their main, their first arguments in Mormon religion was that Christ, after leaving, you know, flying to heaven, before going to heaven, Christ has come to the North America and has seen the Indians. So actually we are home. This is our home because Christ, came to North America, then went to heaven. So therefore we claim the land from the redskin. Okay. I have a feeling Redskins would have made a nice addition to the flora and fauna, remained a nice addition to flora and fauna, but and if you think they're savages and they can think less, well then you have to think for both sides, don't you? In order to keep the flora and fauna, and you think the flora and fauna doesn't understand you, then you have to think for them as well. That's why you stop at the side of the road when you see a turtle passing the road. You stop, you go try to pick up the turtle, bring it back to the side, or take it to the side that they want. In order, because you have to think for two. You just don't go over the fucking turtle. Not intentionally. You're railroading. You have railroaded Iraq, Afghanistan. You railroaded Saudi Arabia a while back. Jordan a while back. Now you're trying to railroad, Syria and the rest of the Middle East. And you're thinking to yourself, what you got out of it? A lot of ill will, a lot of ill gains, and a lot of animosity. I hope the money is worth it. The thing is, Mr. Uh, about these monies that are coming in and going out, and supposedly to the members at the center of the empire, it's direct payment. It can be indirect payment. There's a 6 degrees of separation law. So there are usually 1, 2 degrees of separation in the law between people. So, you can pay the guy's cousin. You can hire the guy's cousin. And if he owes the cousin favor and you hire the cousin, then he's off with the favor, and he does the deed, helps you out, that you become the hero in the scenario that is history. The scenario of the history changes so beautifully. Mr. Tucker Carlson said at the start of his last you know last talk. He basically said that the scenario of history can be changed basically by who pays off Nikki Haley more, Boeing or the Iranian government. Basically, and not to put Miss Haley down, but you understand. So this is possible, and it doesn't have to be Mrs. Haley. It can be a far-flung cousin in India that Mrs. Haley and that far-flung cousin have come to some sort of a understanding. You do this for me, I do this for you, and we know, why we're doing this together. It's not that difficult.